iFanboy at San Diego Comic-Con 2012 is brought to you by Seagate, the storage of choice for creative professionals.
I'm here with Scott Snyder, writer of Batman. How are
Hey,
you, Scott?
I'm good. Hey, guys.
So your first big story wrapped up the day Comic-Con started. It must have been pretty exciting.
It was, man. People are like, they gave out these masks. I don't know if you saw at the Bat panel. It was like, it blew my mind. I took a picture from the stage, and it was like, I tweeted out, and I was just like, I've accepted that my career has peaked. That's it. I will like never have a high. And then this kid, people like, check this out. This guy like made this keychain with the Court of Owls symbol, and on the back it says, "The Court of Owls has sentenced you to die." It was like really cute until I saw that, and then I was like, oh my god.
You're like, I have to go now. Yeah, that picture was creepy, and now none of us are sleeping properly. The owl people are walking around, and it's really freaking me out.
I know, it's totally weird. It's the best giveaway ever, but I just feel like it's also like there's something very strange, like when the thing comes from your imagination and then tries to kill you. Like I took a picture with a kid that must have been like 8 yesterday. I'll give you guys the picture for this. And he put his arm, I put my arm around him, I'm like, wow, it's cute, even though he's like a Talon, an assassin. And he goes like that, he puts his arm, and all of a sudden he pops up, a fake knife pops out of his hand, and it's like at my throat in the picture, and I was like, Jesus Christ. So it's gotten a little bit out of hand. I love owls and the Court of Owls, but it's getting a little scary.
Scott Snyder never went to a convention again.
I know, right? I know, I'm down in the labyrinth, and I'm like, what the hell?
So now you wrapped the first major arc, you're going to have a little breather arc, and then the Joker comes back. Tell us a little bit about what your thoughts on that.
Well, this is a story that I've been wanting to do since the moment I started in Batman, and you know, secretly we've been talking about it internally for a long time as well, where DC wanted to take the Joker and classic villains away for the first year of the 52 so that we could build our own villains, and I was already doing the Court of Owls, so I talked to Tony Daniel about having him disappear in Detective, and we went through a couple different options, and the one that Tony really loved was the idea of the face coming off, and I knew that would be easy to sort of fuel the story I want to tell, because ours is really, the Joker has been gone for a year, no one knows where he's been. This is him coming back and saying, I cut this off on purpose, it was a message, I hung it on the wall for you to find, and now I'm back to prove a point. I have an axe to grind, I'm going to bring everybody down. I've set my traps, I've sharpened my knives, I gassed up my chainsaw, like everything is in place, and it's all year long he's been placing things around, setting things up. So this is him coming back to say, I have a problem with you, Batman. I am your court jester. Essentially, he thinks of himself as this court jester to the king, where he feels as though he serves Batman by bringing these nightmares to life for him and making him a stronger ruler of Gotham in his own mind, like the classic court jester. And what Batman has done with the family deeply betrays like what Joker feels they have together. And so Joker's back to really destroy all of that in a way you've never seen. I mean, I was just talking to Kyle Higgins, and he told me what's coming up in Nightwing when I read the outline. I was like, I feel a little bad. I was like, my God, that's insane. So he really is. It's a story that's going to cross into the other books. I want to be like super clear that Batman and all the books will be 100% independent. You won't have to read them together. It'll
Similar to the Court of Owls.
Right, similar to the Court of Owls, but this time it's personal. That one was about history, so it was everybody fighting different talents. But this one's like, the Joker is coming for you. They're not going to stop the Joker. The Joker's coming to their world to burn it down. Because he's sort of like, I've never faced you, Nightwing. Nightwing's like, oh, I fought you before. You're like, oh, no, you haven't. I've never come to do what I did to Jim Gordon in The Killing Joke to you. I'll kill everyone in your whole life. I'll rape and mutilate and murder everybody. Burn them alive, basically, to break you. You've never faced a nightmare like the Joker. And that's the idea. He's like coming for Barbara the same way. And she's like, she faced him in The Killing Joke. No, she didn't. He was facing Jim Gordon. Now he's there to be like, I'm going to burn your world to the ground. You've never faced me. So it's going to be like hell on earth in Gotham for these characters, where the Joker comes for them in a big, big way.
So it's an all-ages story.
Exactly. It's for kids. It's kid-friendly. It's totally not kid-friendly. It's totally not for the faint of heart at all. I just was talking to Dan DiDio, and he was like, you can't lop that off. I was like, all right, over breakfast, right?
So how long is it going to be? Is it the same sort of length as the Court of Owls story?
Oh, no, it's much more, it's intense and compressed. It's going to be 5 issues. It's going to be 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. But it's going to be in the backups, too, where Joker really has a story going on with all the rogues, because he doesn't think they're scary enough, so he's coming to take them to task as well. So you're going to see the rogues in the backups and secrets about the story that tie into the features with Harley and Riddler and all those characters. in the features, the issue 17 is going to be an oversized finale. It's going to be 38 pages. So it really is, even though it's 5 issues, they're 5 huge issues, with the last one being a double size. So it's really like 6 or 7 issues put together.
So now you work with Greg Capullo on this title. You guys seem to have really meshed well together. How's your working relationship sort of grown since you started the book?
Well, it grew a huge amount because we didn't like each other when we started, man. We started in like, he was used to working from outline. I was used to working, neurotically, totally controlled, full script. And he was just like, I'm worried that the story, your script might get a little bit in the way of some of the art I want to do. And I was like, well, I'm worried some of your art might get in the way of the script I want to do. And DC was like, cool it. So they like got us on the phone. And what happened was I talked to him about story, and he gave some ideas about what he wanted to do with the talents and the design, and we just fell in love with each other. And he's been one of my best friends ever since, like in comics and out of comics. Like his wife Jamie, my wife Jeannie, like we go out. Like I love him. He's my brother and a co-creator on all this stuff. So our relationship has evolved where we go back and forth every day. Like before this interview, I was showing him stuff from the thing, being like, look what Greg sent me as a sketch for this and that. So I mean it's really like. It's one of the best working relationships I've ever had with anybody, where I know that he's going to bring it to another level and bring ideas to the table that are going to make the story better exponentially.
Yeah. You seem to open up your style a bit. It became much more action-packed and sort of bigger than your detective stuff.
Yeah, totally, because one of the things about Greg is that he can do this amazingly big action and also make that action expressive, is what I realized. So issue 11 was one of those ones where I could give him total room, because I knew that he would show how in certain panels how incredibly desperate Bruce was getting and do this bombastic action. So he's one of those guys where I can give him that room, and it makes me a better writer to learn how to give space and back off. So I've learned tremendously from him on this thing. So I'm really thrilled, though, about what's coming up. And the Zero thing is insane, too, man. That's going to be nuts.
So now you've not, in addition to Batman, which there's a lot to talk about, but you're also Swamp Thing. You're finally, you and Jeff finally having the crossover happen now?
Yeah, issue 12. It's going to be, you read Animal Man first, issue 12. Then Swamp Thing is part 2 of the prologue, and then they split and go into their own books again. So you do have to read that horrible series Animal Man for issue 12 before you start in on Swamp Thing 12. But in all seriousness, what he has planned is great. Rotworld really is going to give you a nightmarish vision of the DCU when the Rot takes over and destroys it. And essentially you're going to see versions of your favorite characters in these horrifying ways. So we can't wait. It's really like our nightmare DCU, with all of the kind of creepiness and gross stuff you've seen in Swamp Thing and Animal Man, but it's also an emotional story that's going to bring the status quo of both series to a very different place at the end, with Abby and Alec, Ellen, Maxine, and Cliff, and Buddy. It really is going to change things around and bring them together in a big way at the end, too. So we're really excited.
And on top of that, American Vampire continues to roll along. You've got some side stories as well as the main book. You're jumping around time. Seems like a lot of fun.
It is. I got a lot. I used to sit here and I was like, wow, I forgot American Vampire too, man. American Vampire is like, we're in the middle of our really big sort of summer blockbuster fun arc that brings all the big characters back in, called The Blacklist. And it's about Pearl and Skinner hunting vampires in Hollywood in the 50s, like hunting communists, kind of like the Reds under beds, but it's like the undeads under beds for us. And it really is also about their relationship, the tension between them and Henry. And what's going to happen at the end is going to change the whole series from that point forward, towards the end of the, like, we're nearing the halfway point a little bit with American Vampire in terms of the ending we've been thinking about. And this is the one that's going to violently sort of turn it in a new direction. So, and in the mini-series, you're going to get to see Dracula, man. It's like our version of Dracula, based on the folklore, all of that kind of stuff that Dustin and I have been working on to make the biggest and baddest vampire you've ever seen. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Do you ever just like want to write like a romantic comedy, or?
Yes, that would be my next project for Kickstarter. Will just be like 2 kids in love. And that's it.
Picking daisies, having a picnic. Speaking of, you working on, you have Severed finished up, you've got the collection out, you were signing it earlier. You work on anything else in that sort of creator-owned realm?
I thought you meant like, speaking of the picking daisies. Severed. Right. It was like...
What happened in your story, they'll pick the daisies and someone will come along and lop their heads off.
I know, right? Yeah, that's actually pretty good. I would totally do that, because it's like they pull the daisies apart, you know what I mean? But then they're like pulling their arm off and their head off, and it's like, he loves me not. He loves me not. But, sorry, I'm good at this con a long time.
They got really
like, people were handing out little vodka things too, and I was just like, "What's up? What's up? Yeah, San Diego." But
so,
no,
you got something in the works.
I do, and that I haven't actually said that anywhere, but it's true. Like, we're gonna do. I'm really excited to have another project. I can't say what it is, but it's at DC, and it's with somebody I've worked with before that I just adore, and whose art I just think everybody loved when we were working together. And it's going to be a really dark kind of sci-fi thing, and it's a mini. I really can't wait. It's going to be announced really soon in the fall. So you guys, I'll talk to you guys as soon as I can about it.
You are keeping busy, clearly.
Yes, I have tons of free time all the time, just lounging around, playing games. No, I'm very busy, but it's great. It's a great problem, and I love coming to this stuff and seeing people that love the characters that much. Not just in my series, but people dressed as Batman. Everything you remember, you're part of a world outside your little vacuum where you write this stuff. So I'm busy, but it's the best problem to have in the world, right? So I'm good.
So Ron, I got this iPad.
Okay.
But I want to watch movies on it. How do I do that?
The Seagate GoFlex satellite hard drive. Thank you to Seagate for sponsoring all of our San Diego Comic-Con coverage. This little hard drive can carry all your movies, music, any other media, stream it wirelessly to your tablet.
So I don't got to keep it on my hardware, I got to stream it.
Exactly, and it works with Android, iPad, whatever you need. The free GoFlex satellite app lets you stream all your content, and you can enjoy it while you're on your flight back to LA.
Back to LA, I can just pop a movie on there, watch it on my iPad, no big deal.
No big deal at all. Go to Seagate.com/iFanboy, get 10% off the Seagate GoFlex satellite hard drive, only for iFanboy viewers, so go get that.
And thank you again for Seagate for sponsoring our coverage.